everyone, welcome to GameGorgon. My name's Jake, and this is not Krug.
Hey, but Uncle Ernie loves you, baby.
No, he doesn't. Hi everyone, welcome to GameGorgon. My name's Jake, and we have a very special guest today. You've seen him on here before, but we have a new show coming up, and so we brought Dave back on. Welcome.
That is true. Hello, I am B. Dave Walters. You can find me anywhere there are cameras and they'll let me say words. Yeah.
Literally, there's people walking down the street just like holding out like tourists in LA, and and Dave just jumps out.
I'm like, well, hey, all right.
What are we talking about today? We've got something special that we kind of put together a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
It's going to start airing very soon.
Yep.
Let's talk about BattleLords.
BattleLords of the 23rd Century is beloved to me. I've been playing this game since 1993. We are to the 7th edition of the book. It is available now on Drive-Thru-RPG. The hard copies are coming out soon. 7th edition, BattleLords of the 23rd Century. I think in the strictest technical sense, I started playing at the second one. It is a role-playing in a dangerous future. You know, back in the day, they used to expressly market it as role-playing something besides elves. Yes, I did have the privilege of storytelling the stream that we're going to be doing right here on QueueTimes starting February 26th. But I don't work for the company. I'm just a fan of the game. To me, I felt like it kind of came out at that same time in the late 90s when the World of Darkness was coming around, when a lot of games were just trying to like very much be not D&D.
Yes.
And where the World of Darkness was like, here's the world, if it sucked, like a lot worse, but also there's vampires. And BattleLords was like, here's the world, but in like 200 years, and it's maybe not so bad, but it's kind of like Alien-ish, Blade Runner-ish, Fifth Element-ish type place.
So my experience with BattleLords for the first time was us sitting down and starting our like zero session where we're just like figuring out what everything else. So my experience with the game was non-existent.
Yeah.
And it was very different because like I would feel that like there's a lot of crunch to this game, which I don't think is a bad thing. It's very much on the front end of it, right?
Yeah.
Building your character and figuring out, because there's a lot of stuff you have to figure out about your character, but once you get in, you're literally rolling like a D6 and percentile dice. Like it's not like horrendously difficult past that point.
No, it is very front-loaded character creation, similar to like what Outbreak Undead was.
Yes.
I would say, but in the grand scale of things, and of course, you know, when we mean crunch, we mean like rules intensive.
Yeah.
Of course, I figure your audience probably knows.
Yes,
that,
very much so.
on the off chance they're tuning in for me, and they're like, "What's that word?
What's crunch mean?"
Crunch.
Wait, so
rules intensive.
like I bite into it and it's crunchy?
Yeah.
Yes, that's really what it means.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of things going on because the game kind of goes in a slightly different direction than like say like a V5 of Dungeons and Dragons, where it's like, okay, you're gonna choose an elf and here's 6 stats and then like your character creation's done. This is like, okay, cool. So what skills are you good at? Are you good at guns? Okay, great. Now are you good at like projectile guns, or are you good at laser guns? Are you good at like mounted guns? Like there's a lot of skill breakdown from there.
It is a combat intensive system. For the most part, your characters are probably mercenaries of some sort. Again, very similar to an Aliens. You're space marines. You're literally kind of space marines, mercenaries, where you're paid by a company to go into space and fight somebody. There's definitely 1,000 ways you can play the game like any game. You might be pirates. You might never leave the planet. You might be very much planet side. But I mean, sort of the overall...
Sure.
It's like a Star Trek game in the sense that it's like you're probably on a spaceship, but maybe not, you know? Like,
I mean, you can take any RPG. Like, that's the benefit of RPGs is that, yes, here's a set of rules, but you can turn around and take this game and put it any way you want it to.
Exactly.
I mean, the fact that taxidermy is a skill, if you want to have a taxidermy shop, your character can do that.
I keep likening it to chess. Ash kept telling me it wasn't chess, but it is. In the sense that, like, certain weapons are effective against certain types of armor. So you as a player have to decide, I want these defenses and this offense. And theoretically, hopefully your group kind of covers each other. But again, your enemies are doing the same thing too. So you very much have to decide, it's like, well, if I'm good with lasers, I will be good in these specific situations. Well, I'm good with a shotgun. I will be good in these specific situations. And those are kind of like choices that you have to make in advance. And that's kind of the way that you have to play it versus just being like, I've got a broadsword.
Yeah.
I hit him.
Yeah. Well, and I think that that's very much how when we were playing it, that's kind of very much how we all work together as a team and went, okay, what is your character good at? I mean, you always have that in other RPGs. This very much also has it, but it's like a mandatory aspect of the game, is because if everyone's going in with lasers and you're just like, cool, I can't do anything.
Here's a smoke grenade. Good luck. Yeah, right.
Exactly. You know, a way to get in. How are we getting in?
Gonna jump.
No, that's how we get to the door. But how are we gonna open it up?
Gonna blow it up? Yeah, shoot it. Shoot it till it's
that
open.
sounds like a horrible idea. The aspect that I really liked, and we were talking about the crunch in the very beginning of the game, but the thing about that is that each of the races are so drastically different from each other, and that's kind of like where you have to sit down and you have to go, oh, I need to like go through these. It's not like, okay, as a dwarf you get a +2 to this, and as an elf you get a +2 to this. No, it's like, okay, cool, you can fly and go invisible, and you're like, what? And then, oh, this one you can just not die. Okay, hold on. And then this one triples your jump speed and kick, and you're like, okay, hold on. There's a lot to go about this.
It is a very unique universe. It is a very rich universe. I highly encourage you. Even the quick start guide is available for free on DriveThruRPG. It is the BattleLords of the 23rd Century Kickstarter rules that you want, because DriveThru's got a lot of previous editions.
Sure.
So it's kind of, I mean,
Approximately 6?
Right, approximately 6. It's weird. Yeah. So the one that specifically says Kickstarter rules in the title is the official one. The Quick Start Guide is available for free. You can get like a kind of a lowdown on the races.
And the game is very, very lethal. Like there is there is some very exciting moments in the show. Let's just say that. How many episodes did we do? We did 4 episodes. And we actually kind of went through. We went beginning level as starting off. We advanced a little bit, and then we did kind of like an end game for the last 2 episodes, which was really fun because we got to experience what it's like, and hopefully all of you get to watch this and enjoy it and be able to like, okay, that I can see where a character will start and where a character could finish in their career in playing this game. It was because we ended up doing filming a couple episodes. We were literally like filming for like 8 hours for 2 episodes, and it was like we were all done going like, I really liked playing this character. It was really fun, and we were all just like, but we're done.
Yeah. Very tired. We're all very. A lot happens. A lot happens.
Oh, so much happens
in these games, and well, BattleLords, like so many games, most people never really make it to the high end, especially in such a lethal system.
Sure.
You could be doing everything right, and somebody steps on a landmine, and it's a TPK. It's like, well, womp womp. So I wanted, since I had the privilege to be a part of reintroducing Vampire to the modern era, which is something I really loved. And so I really took seriously the fact that we were going to be the ones introducing BattleLords to the modern era. And so I very intentionally wanted to kind of give a sampling of the different ways you can play the game, because it does start very much, they're fresh out of basic. Like the day they graduate is episode 1.
Yeah.
Then, we jump ahead some years in episode 2 where they've been together, they've racked up some experiences.
And I still hate the font. Yep.
I mean, I feel like you should hate them more as you get more information. You're like, no, I'm not racist. You're really just jerks. Yeah. And then episodes 3 and 4 is a 4-parter. Very high, I mean, like full-blown... Two-parter.
That was not a 4-parter.
I mean, the whole thing's a 4-parter.
Yeah.
But it is a 2-parter in the 4-parter.
Yeah.
Which... full-blown, mechanized battle armor, tanks, huge spaceships, pitched battle stuff at the end. So yeah, I had a lot of fun, but I think we did it. I think we get across the what makes BattleLords unique and what makes the game worth playing. Which what else can you really ask for?
Yeah, and if it ends up being something that you enjoy and you like. While you're watching the stream, if you type in ! BattleLords, you'll actually get a link to the Kickstarter tabletop RPG download. So if you want to buy it right then and there, you'll be able to do that. And there's also going to be a link in the description. So if you're listening, just before you even watch it, you're listening to us talk about it, and you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to buy that. Right down there, we'll be there.
Well, I'll tell you 2 things. As independent content creators, you hear me give this speech a lot. It is difficult to even get a project done into market. So,
yes.
I mean, they already accomplished like a Herculean goal by the fact that the game exists. And so, support that. Even hopefully you will love the game as I do, but that's worthy of support. And you know, we put a lot into the stream. We enjoyed it. You know, obviously, if you want to see any more of it, you should buy the book. Yeah. I don't know. Yes, and I don't know if I told you, but you know, our characters, you know, the ones that survive and stuff, are become part of the canon.
Yeah.
So the characters, the places, the locations, we've actually got to add links to the chain of continuity of the BattleLords universe, which I got to tell you, it's.
You gonna cry right now?
I might stop it. I'm very sensitive. I'm not a monster.
Well, and it was funny because when we started doing it, like we were creating characters, and none of us knew that. And then it was like as we're going along, after we finished everything, it was like, oh, by the way, they want to like make this even bigger. They want to get artwork done. They want to do, and we were all just like, oh, cool. And they haven't even seen it. I hope we didn't f it up.
I mean, by now, when you're seeing this, we've come too far to turn back.
No,
but I was quite intentional to not show them the episodes in advance. Because if they watched it and they were like, this isn't what we wanted, I was going to be like, this is what we built now. So, womp womp. No.
Well, it's funny because as soon as we're done with this, I'm actually about to send the episode to them. So...
Yeah. Well, you know, in trying to teach the game, you know, one of the things that I try and do is we get across in all of our streams, you know, some of the how-to aspect of it. And I was very clear in the stream that I'm like, this is the first time I've run this new edition. So
yeah.
I'm learning as I go. I'm hopefully like maybe 2 steps ahead, but I was like, a rule I tell you in session 1, I might say something wildly different in session 2. Cause I'm like, I went and checked, I was wrong like a lot. Yeah, well, cause again, at the end of the day, that you're there to have fun.
Yeah.
So I think to me, I'm very much of the school of thought that the rules exist to facilitate the narrative, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Obviously, you need to pay attention. Otherwise, it just becomes like, I shot you. No, I didn't. I shot you. No, I didn't.
Well, and not only that, like the base rules are there because of balancing purposes, and it's to try and facilitate the fun in what you're having, but it might not work at your specific table, right?
So while you yourself, if like you are like do not like a lot of intricacy, of course you can tell the game from a more storytelling perspective, but if you're the kind of person that really likes to get down into it, like you have 12 bullets, you know, they are effective at 30 feet or less. You know, they are behind partial cover and it is raining. If you like that kind of thing, BattleLords is definitely for you. It's still for you if you're not that person, but it's super for you. I mean, in a way that D&D isn't.
Yeah.
You know?
No. It's the idea of like I want to create a realistic battle situation. We're gonna do that. We're gonna set everything up. We're gonna do that. But at the same time, if that's not what you want to do, but you still want to play space, you know, Marines, you're like, this is still a good functioning system that you can do that, and you just strip away some of the aspects of it.
I think pretty much any movie you've ever seen, story you've ever read, that involved a nigh unstoppable monster that people were shooting machine guns at, you could make a BattleLords game out of. So, Aliens, Predator, Terminator, you know, like any of those things, you could very much make because I liken it to Aliens meets the Fifth Element. In the sense that you are Space Marines, you are going somewhere horrible to fight something horrible. But when you come back, the world's not so bad, really. You know,
Yeah.
You know, like there's high rises, there's like advertisements, you can go gambling, you know, like that kind of stuff. It's in what I keep threatening to do, and do not test me, is I will do a BattleLords vampire crossover. I'll do it, because the characters from Long Beach should still be alive in 200 years.
Oh God.
You know, so like I am not above it, internet. All we need is BattleLords to succeed.
All right, 50,000 likes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, we'll go full YouTube, bro. We're like 50,000 likes. We'll do BattleLords Long Beach crossover.
Oh,
also, internet, I do it for a lot less. It is so awesome that we're in a time that, I mean, even the fact that we're talking like right now, that we're having this conversation with you on the YouTubages, you know, I mean, like, that's wild. Like, that was not a thing, like, not long ago.
Sure.
In that the games, like, things that were like underground cult hits that people really loved, that you kind of had to know a guy who knew a guy who knew a girl to even hear about.
Yeah.
You know, now, you know, the word is kind of out, so you can like try some new stuff and like, you know, take on something new. And it is a unique system. It is a very unique world. Like you said, it is incredibly rich. with the different races that you can play and things like that, and the places you can go and the stories you can tell and the tapestry that you can weave together. So you should do it, and you can drop all of our characters in as NPCs.
There you go. You can kill all the FOT. I mean, what?
No, what? What? Huh?
Sorry.
FOT supremacy.
It just slipped right out.
FOT supremacy. Like I said, Uncle Ernie loves you.
Like I said, if you're watching the show, hit exclamation point BattleLords, description down below for if you want to get it yourself. I think that's the only place, and of course, they're on social media, which their social media will be down in the description as well, as well as Dave's and myself. And I'm pretty sure there's probably at least 1 or 2 tweets from both of us about getting the game.
A tweet or 17. Here's how hard my life is, y'all. I have so many games to announce. I have to like spread out the hype, you know. Because we're doing like a lot of stuff, which is great that we're getting to live in the fantasy world, in the sci-fi world, in the horror world, and you know who knows what else. So that is the most first world problems, to tell you the truth.
I play so many games and I don't get to promote them properly.
It's so exhausting. It's like I have to do all these sessions. I mean, I am leaving here and literally flying to a game company headquarters like tonight. So that's a thing.
So I think that's a good opportunity for us to head out of here so you can actually catch your flight.
Gotta go. It's a long walk to where I gotta go.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Like I said, head down the description. There's a bunch of information for you down there. If you want to see Vampire/BattleLord 50,000 likes, that's all you have to do.
Or a lot less. No, don't get me wrong. I want 50,000 likes. I'm just saying. I'm for sale for a lot less.
Head down in the comments. Let us know what you think of BattleLords, and then hit the like button. It helps the video, helps the channel grow a lot. If you aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Do not hit the bell icon because there's way too much content that we create that there's no way that you like all of it. So don't hit that. Then head over to social media. You can talk to me on Twitter at IndigoQT.
Yep, at B. Dave Walters. I would love to nerd out about BattleLords, so trust me, hit me up.
Awesome. Bye, everyone.